Well, the match that's scheduled to take place today has clearly become a political flashpoint. On this, we have my colleague Boria Majumdar, consulting editor sports, joining us on the telecast. Now, Boria, I wish to understand from you, it has been an uneasy build-up to the India versus Pakistan game. But would you say that it is rather unusual that, this time the organisers had to work hard to sell the tickets?
Yes, absolutely, it has been an unusual build-up, and I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised one bit, because you cannot just walk away from the fact that you're playing against the backdrop of what has happened 3 months back in India. So I'm not one bit surprised. At the same time, I don't think boycott is a solution. I actually think that this match has to happen, and the sports field should be used to protest. Wear a black armband, make a statement, go out there and tell the world that we are playing under compulsion. This is a rogue country. Make your point. Organisers having hard to sell tickets. Look, the ACC tried to sell a package that you had to buy to go and watch a few games. If I want to watch an India-Pakistan, why should I watch Pakistan-Oman? You cannot put anything down my throat. This is a free world. It is a world where it's guided by choice. So if the ACC wanted to push that down and sell their tickets, that's their problem. The fans don't want that. I think it'll be a crowd, a full house at the Dubai International Stadium. Some hospitality tickets are still left, but the truth is it will be a full house. The evenings are relatively pleasant here in Dubai. I've got no doubt that it will be a full house.
Right, absolutely, Boria. It remains to be seen whether it will be a full house or not. But, I also wish to ask you that, does the lack of fervour boil down to the quality of course, also on the Pakistan side? And, the anticipation of this being a one-sided encounter, is that there?
No, I don't think this lack of fervour or anything like that. In fact, you're attributing lack of fervour. And I also don't think this Pakistan side is that bad. By saying that it is that bad, we are actually underestimating Pakistan and giving them the tag of the underdog. And you know what? In a T20 contest, if you attribute the tag of the underdog to a team, it often comes to bite you. I don't want Pakistan to take that advantage and go in with the tag of the underdog. Like I explained to you, there was the thing that will this match happen? Will it not happen? For the longest time, we weren't sure. For the longest time, people weren't sure about the prices of tickets. For the longest time, people weren't sure if they could buy one ticket and go and watch. So a lot of these compulsions forced ticket sales to be not that high. But I'm very clear that there will be a packed house on Sunday. And do not let Pakistan run away with this tag of underdog.
Right, Boria, with that being said, I also wish to, still understand from you that, you've seen clashes of generations of India and Pakistan players. But would you still think and say that, this is a watered-down version of the contest?
I don't again think that it is a watered-down version. In fact, I would say this is one of the most intense in my 3 decades of watching cricket. 1999 against the backdrop of Kargil, 2003 against the backdrop of, once again, Kargil, that centurion match where Sachin was worshipped on Shivratri Day after playing that unbelievable innings of 98 of 78. I don't think it's watered down at all. Rather, I think this is one of the most intense contests where each one of us who are Indian fans or anybody who will be in that stadium or follow on media, on NDTV, on the host broadcaster, on multiple platforms will brook failure that India loses. No. So I absolutely don't think this is a watered down contest. Rather, this is a contest with humongous pressure where every one of us will want India to win. So fingers crossed that happens, and that's why I said what I said, that do not let Pakistan have this tag of the underdog, because this is a high pressure contest and it will always be a high pressure contest when it's played against this political backdrop.
Right, absolutely, Boria. I completely get your point there. Thank you so much for joining us and sharing those details with us.